obviously the success from Prayed for You, and now you've got Everywhere But On, which is climbing up the charts, making its way to number one. I'm positive that it will get there. The two songs though are really, you've got a love song and you've got a heartbreak song, and you co-wrote both of the songs. And I wonder if are we talking about the same woman here, or is this two different situations? There's got to be some reality there.
Yeah, there's definitely some overlap there. Actually, Pray for You was originally about, well, I shouldn't say what it originally was about. It was what spurred the idea was Ash Bowers and I wrote it together with Allison Belt, and Allison had met, who's now her husband, like 2 days before we met to write. And so she had this idea of, I didn't know you from Adam more than I could fathom when I prayed for you. So we just took that. And so really we kind of started writing it from her relationship, but then of course, we injected our experiences and things like that to write a song about a character that was enough like me to make sense. Everywhere But On, that song, I had lived a bunch of that life until I put the song out, and then I lived a bunch more of it. So that one's really personal. Yeah, it's really one of my favorites, and so I was glad to have it out into the world for sure.
Let's talk about If I Was a Bar, because not only is it a fantastic tune, but the music video, which I love, by the way, when I went to go search it out, is called the Many Mats video, because you play 13 different people in the video. You play all of the characters in the video. Is there one that was your favorite to play?
Yeah, I liked playing, well, there was a few that I really enjoyed. I liked playing Pernell Hawkins, the CDL driver slash HVAC technician that we have fun making up these backstories, and I felt like I knew a lot of these characters. I'd met them, so I just, whatever they were, I just dialed it up like 30% or maybe 130%. But
there's the two.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say there's the two guys, the one guy with the trucker cap and looks like he's got a mullet or whatever. That's my favorite because it reminded me of, I don't know if you've seen the movie Dumb and Dumber, but there's the sea bass guy that comes up and he's going to fight.
Yeah.
That's who it reminded me. I was like, dude, that's sea bass.
It's totally sea bass. Sea bass and the boys are picking it up. Yeah,
exactly.
I love it.
Let's talk about the EP and your personal favorite on there. I mean, you wrote 5 of the 8 tracks. Is that correct?
That's right.
So what's your favorite tune?
Man, it's like picking my favorite food. It just kind of depends on the time of day. I think that I'm really enjoying playing Better Than That right now, the title track. It's a lot of fun to play. It's a guitar kind of song and kind of that rock and roll thing that kind of has a little bit of heartbreak to it. It's just like my favorite kind of country music, sometimes that I love. I wouldn't call that a sad song, but I really love sad songs. But that's kind of one of those from a different perspective that I've been enjoying playing. But man, Sadie, I Love You Too. Those have been kind of the ones that I've also kind of enjoyed playing here live. So I'd say that handful, and then they rotate for sure.
Let's talk about Sadie for a second, because I really do love that song. It stood out for me. It's really catchy, obviously, with the Sadie aspect of it. As a songwriter, it's got to be, you've got to be really strict when it comes to deciding to put songs that aren't something that you wrote onto your album, your EP, something that you're putting your name on. So, why that song specifically?
Yeah, man. Well, the thing about that song in particular is I felt like it was something that kind of went enough. It was kind of in the same vein of what we were trying to do from a tone standpoint, and just from a kind of however we were attacking the EP creatively. I felt like it fit, but it was also a song written in a way that I typically don't attack songs that way. The melody does so much for it. The lyrics are really sparse, but they're really well written, so they do a lot of the heavy lifting. I just felt like it sounded like something that I would do, although it doesn't sound like how I would do it. And right. I thought that's what was just new and novel to me and fun, and that's what grabbed my ear initially from it. Just kind of immediately grabbed my ear.
It's a great tune. You are 6'7". You had a college basketball scholarship. You also got accepted into the Harvard pre-med school. Let's say that for a minute, you go back, you decide you're not going to Nashville. What would you be doing right now today? What do you think you'd be doing? Even amidst this, pandemic and everything that's going on, what would Matt Stell be doing?
Man, I'd like to tell you that I could have made, I would like to have tried to make the medical route work. I'd really be would love to do that, but there's no guarantee that I wouldn't have failed out of of that by now. So listen, I would love to do that though. You know, I got the chance to work alongside some doctors and pharmacists and nurses and things like that down in Haiti at one point, and that was really what kind of made me want to do that. So I feel like right now, you know, I'd love to be able to help a little more hands-on, a little more tangibly than I can now. And so definitely, if I would have pursued that route, I'd be equipped for sure.
Well, you've got a big heart, obviously, because that you wanted to do that, but you've decided to do something good with the tools that you've been handed, which is your celebrity and your name, and you started the Give a Damn Foundation, which is incredible. What for you has been the highlight of this foundation and what you guys have been able to do? Something that maybe you've seen firsthand that you're like, I'm so glad and proud that I was able to do that.
Well, yeah, I know for me, like the biggest thing is I always have more fun when I feel like I'm doing it for a good cause. And so, anything that we do on the road or putting out music or anything like that, we try to tie at least something in to try to make things a little bit better than they were before we got there. And that's just basically the idea behind this Give a Damn thing is you can have fun and be rowdy for having a good time. And, we certainly don't do everything right. And I should speak for myself. I certainly don't do everything right. But at the end of the day, it feels good to be able to, I've been blessed and lucky in a way that, that's really not fair, like I didn't do anything to deserve it. And so whatever I can do to kind of, just like I said, make the world a better place and hopefully a little better than I found it. I'm all about. So that's just kind of the idea behind the Give a Damn Foundation initiative. Yeah.
If you're listening, watching this, and you want to kind of give back and be a part of that, mattstell.com, when you buy merchandise, you get this wristband, which is really a cool wristband. It says hashtag Give a Damn on it. It's black and then red lettering. And those proceeds obviously go to that foundation. You started performing in frats and college apartments and parties and things like that. I imagine there has got to be a lot of crazy stories during that time. Is there one that sticks out for you, something that happened during one of these shows that you're like, I can't believe we did that or that happened during our show?
Oh, there's a lot of those. But one of my pet memories, it wasn't even from necessarily those days. It was this last tour. There was a girl and a guy at the show, and she in the same night, like took her top off and then also said yes to being proposed to in marriage. So like I guess they're engaged, maybe she's married by now, but I don't remember which came first. I don't remember if the shirt came off or the ring went on first, but that happened to the same girl on the same night. And I thought, man, that's probably not something you see every day.
You got to think about it this way too, because now that you've got #1 hits on the radio, man, everybody knows Matt Stell. I wonder if she's somewhere right now going, oh my God, I took my top off and got proposed to in front of that guy. Like, she's got to be thinking about that, right? She hears Prayed for You on the radio or everywhere but on, and she's like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that.
That's so funny, dude. I hope they're happy and getting a good laugh out of it now, because that was a fun night. I think I was in Iowa, as I recall.
Last year was a really big year for you. I mean, this year obviously too, but you made your Opry debut, and as someone who's been a lifelong country music fan, just going there is an unbelievable thing for me. So I can't imagine being able to perform there, being able to be backstage and seeing everybody. Can you tell me what that experience was like for you? And I guess maybe that first moment when you step through the back doors and you go, holy crap, this is the Opry. Like, was there one moment that stood out?
Yeah, man. I mean, the moment that stands out to me is when I walked out there on the circle and playing the song and looked over, backstage, and my mom and my step parents and my grandparents and siblings were back there, and getting that stuff, always is better when you get to share it with people. And I got to share it with a bunch of people came up to the Opry when we made our debut, and so. That's what I remember. I remember looking over my shoulder and seeing Mom and everybody back there and thinking, man, we get to celebrate this together.
That's pretty cool. Let's do some quick fire, silly, fun, stupid questions. You have to live on an island, and you can only take one 90s country song with you and one adult beverage. What are you taking?
I'm taking, I guess, one Busch Light. I guess I really enjoy that thing. And what 190s? Oh man, there's so many great freaking songs from
Yep.
men. Wow, 190s country song. Damn, I would take something like I'd take Strawberry Wine for sure. I think it's one of the best songs ever. Period. Any decade, any genre. So I'd probably take that one.
You know what's funny is I just talked to your buddy Jameson Rogers, and I asked him about his 90s crush, and he goes, Tina Carter. What are the odds of that? She obviously had a big impact.
She was crushing back in the day, and we were crushing on her. So
if you could swap wardrobe for a day with any celebrity, who would it be and why?
Lady Gaga. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
The meat suit, right?
Yeah, exactly. Giant suit made out of meat. No, I don't know. That's or maybe like Gene Simmons. That'd be fun. You know,
that'd be cool. Absolutely.
Those platform shoes. I'd be 7.5 feet tall, but you know what? I'd look like a black and white dragon. So
for a day, it's worth it, right?
Yeah, for a day, sure.
What is your go-to party song, and what is your go-to I want to be sad, I want to be heartbroken song? Do you have them?
Yeah, well, the song that plays in my head anytime something badass is happening is Europe's Final Countdown. Like that's what's constantly like if I'm at a beer pong table and I'm about to play, or if I'm playing cornhole or whatever, I'm stepping on the tee box or something like that. In my mind, I hear so that's probably my hype song. And man, would you ask me my saddest? Like
the heartbreak. You know, you want to be sad for a moment, you want to be heartbroken and just broken down. What would be your go-to?
Man, Vern Gosdin, Chiseled in Stone is up there, one that I love. But I'll tell you one that just hit me right in the feels was off that new Taylor Swift record. There's a song called The One.
Yes.
And it's so freaking good, man.
It's unbelievable.
Like, that would be probably a close second. But I love sad songs. Sad songs are my favorite.
Oh, me too. My wife gets mad at me because, you know, I got a playlist going and I cook dinner every night. And she's like, what's wrong with you? Why are you so depressed? Like, are you unhappy? And I'm like, no, I enjoy just the feels that you get from a just heartbreaking song. It's like something you can physically feel, tangibly like feel across your body.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like watching Shawshank. It's the best movie ever, and most of it's really depressing.
You're right. You're right. That's exactly it. Matt Stell, thank you, man. Better Than That's the EP. Trust me, I listened to it. All 8 songs are unbelievably good. Make sure you check that out. Buy it, stream it, all that good stuff. And watch the video, too, If I Was a Bar, because it's hilarious. And you're going to see sea bass, which is funny.
I love it.
Everywhere but on. We know we're going to be celebrating #1. Matt, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, Coop, I appreciate it, brother. We'll see you soon.